To say I'm fired up about this one, guys, that would be the understatement of the century.
Kurt Warner is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class of 2017.
Going into season 4 as captain of your Sens, Brady Tkachuk. Welcome to Locked On Senders.
One of the most famous Chargers of all time. We have Sean Lights Out Merriman on the show.
NBA champion Joe Mazzulla.
Diana Taurasi, the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history.
Defensive end for the Houston Texans, Will Anderson.
None other than Clinton Portis is our guest today.
Catching up with Jalen Milroe. Governor Healy.
It's PFT commenter.
World Series champion Josh Reddick.
Texas offensive lineman Kelvin Banks.
Up with the
high emotions. A lot of people just real distraught about what happened.
2 teenagers are dead after a shooting near South Seattle schools. What we know so far about the investigation. Plus, the federal government is partially shut down after Congress failed to pass another spending bill. How soon the House could vote on the latest. And could the Seahawks be up for sale following the Super Bowl? Multiple reports say yes, while the owners say no. We're breaking it all down for you. And we start with breaking news tonight. Police are looking for the person who shot and killed 2 teenagers near a pair of Seattle schools this afternoon. This is King 5 News at 9. I'm Madeline Carter. That shooting happened in broad daylight just before 4 o'clock. King 5's Jim Nelson has been live at the scene all day. Now, Jim, what do we know about the victims here?
Seattle Public Schools says it believes they were students, but they didn't say which school they may have gone to. I bring that up because this happened near Rainier Beach High School and South Shore, which is a pre-K through 8th grade school. That's the emotional undercurrent to another tragedy in a community that has seen more than its share of violence. This is the type of day a community may feel forever. A stunned community.
It's hard to live around here and feel safe.
When the calls came in toward the end of the school day, the consoling began.
It was, high emotions. A lot of people just real distraught about what happened. And
long before it sunk in, people like Eunice Antoine, who works in the area, knew it wasn't good.
We heard the multiple shots. Then once we heard a vehicle, skirting off. We don't know the direction, but we could hear it driving off.
2 victims died at the scene. Cops say it's too early to know what led to the broad daylight shooting.
And anytime something like this happens, it's heartbreaking because it's not a true reflection of what this neighborhood is.
But here we are, a neighborhood mourning 2 young lives. The details will eventually shed more light. Perhaps we'll know what happened before that fatal moment. But many around here will likely struggle coming up with the why.
I have 2 sons myself, and I wouldn't want this to happen to anybody.
SPS has canceled all activities district-wide on Saturday. As for the police investigation, they did not find a gun at the scene. They believe the suspects took off, which obviously lines up with what one of those witnesses described. That's exactly why investigators are asking anybody with any information to come forward and help them solve this case. In Seattle, Jim Nelson, King 5 News.
Thanks, Jim. Also breaking tonight, the government is now partially shut down after Congress couldn't pass a new federal funding bill. The Senate passed a funding bill earlier today, but the House is still in recess until Monday. If the House passes the bill next week, most departments would get funding through the end of September, except the Department of Homeland Security. That department, which includes ICE, will only be funded for the next 2 weeks. And speaking of ICE, a Shoreline father has been deported after he was detained by ICE last Sunday. Ivan Guzman was on his way to drop his son off at daycare when he was pulled over by agents in Shoreline. Videos captured his boss, Veronica Castaneda, carrying his son out of the car after the arrest. She says he called her from one of the ICE vehicles.
When I came to pick up Ivan's baby, all my kids were home waiting for me. And they came, they give me a hug, and we cry about it. Because like I said, I never thought that we were going to go through something like this.
The baby has been reunited with his mom. Veronica says Guzman called her tonight from Mexico, telling her he had been deported. We reached out to ICE to ask why he was detained, but did not hear back. Business owners across the country closed their doors, joining a nationwide protest against ICE operations in Minneapolis. That includes businesses right here in Seattle. King 5's Natalie Swaby reports.
This West Seattle shop kept its doors locked today in solidarity with strikers nationwide, while others took their message to the street.
ICE out now.
We're seeing that everyday people are taking time off of work, are taking time to protest.
They wave their signs and lift their voices, determined to catch the eyes of onlookers, from big companies to the cars passing by.
I try so hard to remain hopeful, but every week there's something else, and you convince yourself there's a little sign of hope, and then something else happens. It's just one thing after the other.
Raw frustration powers this demonstration.
I never felt as absolutely discouraged as I do now.
Susan Mulkern carries the weight of recent losses. Renee Good and Alex Preddy. She's standing in solidarity with Minneapolis protesters unified against current immigration enforcement policies.
Makes us angry, but being out here makes us feel a little bit better. Maybe we're reaching a few people.
Seattle's Day of Action ripples across the city, from the federal building steps to Fremont, where one bagel shop owner is staying open while funneling 10% of every sale to help Minneapolis businesses.
It's just a really tough time. We feel strongly of what they're fighting against, and we're just happy to help support them.
Meanwhile, in other parts of Seattle, some businesses are choosing silence over sales.
Hopefully a financial blackout today especially at big corporations, can help send a message out that we don't agree with what's going on.
Ultimately, money talks in this country, and if you can choose to not buy from companies, do business with companies that are complying with ICE, you should do that. You should put your money where your values are if you can.
Today, we've heard from more than 20 Seattle businesses either closing or redirecting a percentage of proceeds to nonprofit organizations. In Seattle, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Meanwhile, in Portland, some businesses also decided to close for the day, but others say they couldn't afford to shut down.
We're going to do what we can to stop this machine, to stop what's going on out into the world in whatever ways that we can. It isn't necessarily about who's wrong or right and what action it is. It's just that every single one of us is taking an action.
There are bigger things at play here, and bigger questions than like my business. It's just about human dignity.
King 5 will continue covering these protests on air, online, and on our King 5 app. You can download that on your phone and TV and stream for free. And now we're turning over to our weather. This is what it looks like out at Bellingham tonight. It was a rainy day at times, but Perilla is here to talk about the gloom. Is it going to be sticking around, Perilla?
It's not. We're going to get a little bit of a break. A lot of the rain tonight has tapered off, so that's good news. It'll be back for a little while tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon is actually looking pretty dry. As we take a look out to the west, you can see that next system moving in. That'll be Saturday morning's quick rain, and again, it's in, it's out. The rest of the day is dry. Let's get you nice and close. You can see just a few spotty showers left over at the moment. Most of that pushing into the mountains even at this hour. That will continue over the next few hours. We received about another quarter inch of rain in Seattle, a little bit more than that in Bellingham, getting close to 3/4 of an inch in Shelton and 1/2 an inch of rainfall in Hoquiam. This adds to the totals of about 3 inches of rain out at SeaTac so far for the month of January. We'll add a little bit more heading into tomorrow, a little more Sunday, Monday, and then it's going to be all about the dry and near record highs. We'll take a look at that warming trend in detail coming up.
Seahawks prepare to fly out this weekend for the Super Bowl. The team is refuting reports that it will be up for sale after the big game. Let's bring in King 5's Ariel Orsuto with what we know about this. Ariel, what's going on?
Yeah, the Seahawks sale is imminent. Both ESPN and The Athletic are reporting that the team will be up for sale shortly after the Super Bowl on February 8th. The timeline is not exact at the moment, but the NFL and the Seahawks have not commented on it. But that report was swiftly denied by the estate itself. The statement read, quote, "We don't comment on rumors or speculation speculation, and the team is not for sale. We've already said that it will change at some point, per Paul's wishes, but I have no news to share. Our focus right now is winning the Super Bowl and completing the sale of the Portland Trail Blazers in the coming months, end quote. The Trail Blazers went on sale in September and will reportedly be sold for $4.25 billion to Tom Dundon, the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. It's expected to close in March. Jody Allen is the active chair of the Seahawks. Mike McDonald said what stood out to him in his interview was the enthusiasm and passion she led with and the clear vision she provides in their weekly meetings.
Honestly, that's really where it was like, okay, this is something I feel really strongly about, that I think that I could help create that. And so everything, I think, has been through that lens, and it's very clear of what type of team she wants. And she's been incredibly supportive. We haven't hit the mark all the time, and so when she gives feedback, it's very simple. And it's through like a great lens that normally maybe if I'm in kind of the fog, you don't see it.
And coming up in sports, more on the potential sale. Plus, we'll check in with the team as they continue to prepare for the Super Bowl.
All right, thanks so much, Ariel. Blue Friday turned the Seattle sky blue and green tonight. Fans packed Seattle Center, where a drone show lit up the city. And our King 5's Bridget Chavez has the story there.
It's pure Blue Friday energy out here tonight. Seattle Center is packed with fans, and all eyes are on the sky as this drone show puts a punctuation mark on a city that is ready for the Super Bowl.
Let's go!
Tonight, Seattle is looking up. Drones filled the sky above Seattle Center. Blue, green, loud.
I heard about this yesterday, and ever since I've been looking forward to it.
A Friday night send-off for a team about to take the biggest stage in sports.
There's times where you can find anybody to go to the game with, right?
Now people are fighting for tickets.
Exactly, right?
This is Blue Friday.
How do you say yes in Spanish? Seahawks! Seahawks!
Fans say this is their moment to show up and send them off to Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
11, 12 years since last time we were there.
The matchup, a Super Bowl rematch against the New England Patriots.
Revenge, redemption.
More than a decade after their last meeting on this stage.
You never know, it's New England, right? Or they're still playing.
For many, tonight is about more than football. It's about pride and a city coming together one last time.
1, 2, 3, Seahawks!
Before the team takes off.
Great time to be in Seattle.
The Seahawks are expected to leave for San Francisco on Sunday, with fans expected in large crowds to send them off. In Seattle, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
So you don't get paid, why do you do it? Just because it's what I've always done and I've just always enjoyed it.
Getting to the Olympics doesn't just take a lot of training, it also takes a lot of money. Coming up, how athletes afford competing. Then Luigi Mangione will not face the death penalty, the legal reasons behind that decision.
My cleaning routine just got really crazy. I got this new thing that makes cleaning less lazy. With 5 different heads, so it's really versatile, and I can recharge it, it's electrical. Come on, let me tell you about my new cleaning tool, Spinny Scrub.
Scan the code on your screen now and get the Spinny Scrub for 50% off plus free shipping. Come on, what are you waiting for?
It's that Spinny Scrub.
Welcome back. Here's a live look at downtown Seattle tonight. It is showing off. Look at the city lights there. Now, earlier today, we were dealing with some rain. So Perel is here in the studio. How long is this going to continue?
Yeah, well, I think we're seeing it taper off right now. So over the next several hours, not too much rain at the moment. We'll get back to it as we head into tomorrow morning briefly, and then there'll be some more rain as we go into Sunday, Monday. Here's another look. Just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you were able to see the drone show right outside the Space Needle, but it was really nice. And it was nice to have dry skies and calm winds to be able to enjoy just that. As we take a look, we've got a few isolated showers across Everett and Mount Vernon, all of this pushing into the mountains where our snow level is right at about 6,000 feet. So some rainfall there. And speaking of rain, not counting anything that fell today, SeaTac has measured about 4 inches of rainfall for the entire month of January. In case you're wondering, yes, that is a little bit behind. We were dry for 14 days after all, so we missed out on half of the rain we typically get in January. Olympia was about 3 inches shy so far, and Hoquiam just a little bit shy of the normal there too. As we take a look, a few showers tomorrow morning, but then by the afternoon, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. And then again, that hit and miss rain returns on Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, it's going to be a full moon. The full snow moon is what February's moon is called. I don't think you're going to be able to see it with the clouds and rain, but it will be out there just in case. That, of course, will also encourage some higher tides on the coast and across Puget Sound, but no flooding is expected as a result of all of that. Here's that rain I was talking about tomorrow morning. As you see, nice and early, 5, 6, 7, depending on where you live, and then it moves up into the North Sound, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And then after that, we should start to see at least a partial clearing. We'll be dry as we go into tomorrow afternoon, so a few sun breaks are possible, but at least the afternoon will be dry. If you need to get out and about, get some errands done without dodging a few of those showers, you are free to do just that. As we go into Sunday and Monday, some of that rainfall does return. It's not going to be as much rain as what has already fallen, but it will certainly keep rain in the forecast and keep those commutes a little bit wet for Monday as you're heading out later in the afternoon and evening. And then that's going to wrap it up. After this round, Sunday into Monday, we're actually going to kick off a dry stretch of weather that's also going to lend itself to a warm stretch of weather. I've been talking about it the past couple of nights here. The Pacific Northwest is going to be warmer than average all the way through next weekend. But what's happening here with this dry stretch is a ridge of high pressures building in on Tuesday, and that sinking air is going to keep any other systems from coming in. So essentially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we could end up being a degree or two warmer than that, which would put us within a degree or two of record-breaking highs on those days. Nonetheless, highs near 60 in February. That's still pretty warm. For those of you that are wanting lowland snow, don't give up just yet. It has happened many, many times over the past several years, despite a warm start.
Coming up, a former CNN anchor arrested, then released from custody. The federal charges he's now facing.
Oh, Vonnie's in the netting! Oh, my goodness me!
Then Olympic star Lindsey Vonn injures her left knee. What she says this means for the upcoming games.
Scan the code on your screen right now to get your free offer from AutoVac, the handheld vacuum for cars and trucks. Keeping your vehicle's interior clean can be such a hassle. Big vacuums on wheels are impossible to use for quick jobs, and professional detailing is time-consuming and expensive. But now, there's the AutoVac, the handheld vacuum for cars and trucks that makes vehicle interior cleanup quick and easy. The AutoVac's powerful suction handles dirt, dust, crumbs, and debris with ease. Even sand and more are no problem for the AutoVac. Plus a small, lightweight design make it the perfect choice for cleanup every time. Scan the code on your screen to get the AutoVac today. But if you order right now, you'll get a second AutoVac absolutely free. Scan the code on your screen to take advantage of this special TV offer. Hurry, this is only available for a limited time. Get your AutoVac today.
Welcome back. Let's get a look at some of your top national headlines tonight. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been released on bond after federal authorities arrested him overnight. That arrest was in connection to a church protest near Minneapolis earlier this month that Lemon says he was covering. The independent journalist is facing federal civil rights charges, including conspiring to violate people's rights and breaking a federal law that protects religious freedom at places of worship.
I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever.
Lemon's arraignment in federal district court is scheduled for February 9th in Minneapolis. Luigi Mangione will not face the death penalty if convicted of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City. A judge is throwing out the federal murder charge against him. It only applies to killings that happened during another violent crime. Prosecutors argued stalking meets that requirement, but the judge disagrees. The two remaining federal charges against Mangione are for stalking. Both carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. Mangione is still charged with murder at the state level, but New York does not have the death penalty.
Oh, Vonnie's in the netting! Oh my goodness me!
That was the reaction when American alpine skier Lindsey Vonn crashed on the course today in Switzerland. This was in her final event before the Olympics. Vonn lost control and slid into the safety netting at a high speed. After getting medical attention, she was able to ski down the rest of the course. Then she was airlifted off the mountain for further treatment. In a statement, Vonn confirmed she injured her left knee, but also said, quote, "My Olympic dream is not over." And tonight we're learning how much it really costs to achieve that Olympic dream. Team USA, if you didn't know, is not federally funded, and many athletes end up spending thousands of their own money throughout the year. Siobhan McGurl saw how the athletes put in the work both on and off the ice.
From the ice to the gym to a part-time job. It's a peek inside a day in the life of long track speed skater Mackenzie Brown.
It's definitely a busy schedule, that's for sure.
The Lehigh County native has been chasing her Olympic dream since she was a child.
Go, Mackenzie!
Eventually trading in her inline skates for ice skates. She moved to train here at the Utah Olympic Oval, home to U.S. speed skating. Traveling the world with the national team, it has been a priceless journey, but one that does come at a cost.
Most of us don't make much money doing this, unfortunately. It's kind of like a break-even situation unless you win prize money.
The United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee receives no federal funding for Olympic athletes or programs. Many Team USA athletes are supported by sponsors and donors, helping them make their dreams a reality. A recent report found that, on average, U.S. athletes pay about $12,000 a year to pursue international competition. For Mackenzie, working a part-time job at Dick's Sporting Goods helps her make it all possible.
I've had some people ask me that same question, and they're like, oh, you don't get paid, why do you do it? I'm like, it's because it's what I've always done, and I've just always enjoyed it, and just kind of a part of who I am at this point.
Mackenzie is far from alone. Princeton, New Jersey's Kelly Curtis competes in skeleton. She serves in the U.S. Air Force World Class Athletes Program, which helps provide financial stability. But before that, she had her fair share of side hustles.
My favorite was being an extra on a movie set or TV series.
Speed skater Kimmy Getz made and sold her own cookbook to help raise funds.
I don't make a ton off of each book for what I paid to get them printed, but it was a little something, and it was a fun project for me.
Bobsled legend Alana Myers-Taylor says she has easily spent more than $50,000 a year to make her dream a reality.
But you do it because you have this dream of winning Olympic medals, of, creating a legacy and building, and you're going after your dream, so you do it. You find the way to make the money.
Thousands protest against federal immigration enforcement nationwide, but President Trump says he still won't scale back the number of ICE agents in Minnesota. Students across Western Washington walked out of class today as part of those protests. Coming up, we'll hear their reasons why.
Scan the code on your screen right now to get your free offer from AutoVac, the handheld vacuum for cars and trucks. Keeping your vehicle's interior clean can be such a hassle. Big vacuums on wheels are impossible to use for quick jobs, and professional detailing is time-consuming and expensive. But now, there's the AutoVac, the handheld vacuum for cars and trucks that makes vehicle interior cleanup quick and easy. The AutoVac's powerful suction handles dirt, dust, crumbs, and debris with ease. Even sand and more are no problem for the AutoVac. Plus a small, lightweight design make it the perfect choice for cleanup every time. Scan the code on your screen to get the AutoVac today. But if you order right now, you'll get a second AutoVac absolutely free. Scan the code on your screen to take advantage of this special TV offer. Hurry, this is only available for a limited time. Get your AutoVac today.
Welcome back. Here are tonight's top stories. Police are looking for the person who shot and killed 2 teenagers in South Seattle today. This happened around 4 o'clock near South Shore K-8 and Rainier Beach High School. Police say the suspect left the scene before they got there. Seattle Public Schools believes the victims were students, but they did not say where they went to school. Meanwhile, the owners of the Seahawks are refuting claims that they are selling the team after the Super Bowl. Today, ESPN and The Athletic reported the team would be sold after the big game in Santa Clara. But in a statement, the estate says the team is not currently up for sale. King 5's Ariel Orsuto will have much more on this in just 10 minutes. The government is now partially shut down after Congress couldn't pass a new funding bill. The Senate passed a funding bill earlier today, but the House is in recess until Monday. If the House passes that bill next week, most departments could get funding through the end of September, except the Department of Homeland Security. That department includes ICE, and it would only be funded for the next 2 weeks. Today, crowds flooded the streets of cities across the country, protesting ICE's presence in Minneapolis. Now, the president says he will not be scaling back ICE's presence there. Maggie Vespa has the story.
Huge protests from Texas to California, New York,
Make some noise!
to Minnesota.
We are easily talking thousands of people. This part of downtown is shut down. This outrage isn't going anywhere.
In North Carolina, students pouring out of school, thousands rallying at Brown University, all demanding ICE leave Minneapolis.
How furious is Minneapolis at this point?
It's unspeakable. Like, it's just, everything is tense.
Hopes of de-escalation seemingly dashed overnight when President Trump answered questions about plans to draw down officers announced hours earlier by his administration.
We'll do whatever we can to keep our country safe.
So, yeah, pulling back?
No, not at all.
This as the Department of Homeland Security confirms the FBI is now opening a civil rights investigation into the Border Patrol shooting of Alex Preddy. The president calling Preddy an agitator and perhaps insurrectionist. Meanwhile, the mother of Liam Ramos, the Minneapolis 5-year-old detained by ICE, is speaking out after DHS said she refused to take custody of her son, telling Telemundo when officers brought Liam home, she was inside with another child and afraid if she opened the door, officers would arrest her, leaving the other child alone, saying it seemed, quote, as if they wanted me to run out desperately for my son so they could arrest me as well. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Minneapolis.
Students walked out of class and businesses locked their doors across Western Washington, and this was all part of that national protest against federal immigration raids. Students we talked to in Auburn said they wanted to draw awareness to inhumane treatment by ICE and call for change. King 5's Connor Board reports.
It's
started with our school in our group chat talking about that we needed to do something about it.
High schoolers making their voices heard outside of Auburn City Hall.
I personally come from an immigrant household myself, so this is something that's closely related and impacting my own life. And so I just think it's really important to raise awareness to this issue.
Students gathered at City Hall after coordinated school walkouts. Students from multiple schools, including Auburn High School and Auburn Riverside High, left class to bring attention to recent actions by ICE.
I agree with following the laws and going the legal about it, but I also think there's a way to go about it that's not inhumane. And I think we've been seeing continuous examples throughout the country recently and just throughout this administration that we can clearly see that this way of going about immigration and deportation is not right.
Students hope this protest will motivate others to do the same.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE. It might be scary. I was really scared at first, but being scared doesn't let anything happen. So I think that once you're here and you see it, it's very beautiful, and I think that you'll be very proud of yourself for doing it.
In Auburn, Connor Board, King 5 News. Switching gears now to our sluggish economy. It is forcing cuts to low-income job programs in Western Washington. This was the last day at Everett's Kindred Kitchen. It opened in 2019, giving low-income and formerly homeless people job training for the food industry. Kindred is one of 3 businesses run by the nonprofit Housing Hope. All of them are now closing, taking 24 jobs with them. These closures are attributed to federal funding cuts, rising expenses, and the inability of people in Housing Hope's low-income housing to pay their rent.
They have experienced a reduction in SNAP benefits, Medicaid benefits, and they're trying to backfill holes with of funding that they are also not receiving.
The organization's CEO says the cuts were painful but necessary to make sure that its main mission of keeping people housed can continue. Well, Seahawks fever is just spreading and spreading. Fans are putting their money where their hearts are. The sports betting surge at casinos in Washington. And rumors circulate on the Seahawks going up for sale. Ariel Arsuto will be here with what we know.
Braun IPL is fast in a flash. It's like laser without the hassle of a salon trip. The Braun IPL can give you visible results in just 3 sessions. 1 year of smooth skin from home? Sign me up. For more glow-up tools, check out the Braun Smooth collection at Target.
We all love recipes with garlic, but trying to use an awkward garlic press makes a smelly mess. Introducing the Great Garlic, your ultimate kitchen companion for effortlessly crushing garlic to perfection. Just place a peeled clove of garlic under the grate, rock it back and forth, and say goodbye to messy mincing. The Great Garlic ensures consistent results every time. Scan the code on your screen now and take 30% off plus get free shipping. This is a limited time offer, so scan the code on your screen now and order the Great Garlic today.
As we inch closer to the Super Bowl, there is a lot on the line, of course, for the Seahawks. But the same goes for fans placing bets on the game across the state. King 5's Brady Wakayama is showing us how the big game is expected to attract big business for casinos in the Northwest.
We're here at Muckleshoot Casino Sportsbook. Staff say this will be the place to be come Super Bowl Sunday. They expect thousands of bets to be placed between now and kickoff.
So people are excited. They're definitely waiting on the edge of their seat for this one.
Excitement is building for Seahawks Nation, especially at tribal casinos in the state like Muckleshoot.
It's gonna be crazy in here. It's gonna be shoulder to shoulder. People are gonna be excited, and truly around the whole casino, you're gonna feel the excitement from every single person.
Sports betting has been legal in Washington since 2021, but you can only wager in person at tribal casinos or online while you're on tribal property.
You're gonna have so many people come in and make bets that have never made a sports bet before, haven't even thought about it before. So we see people from all over the state come up here.
Muckleshoot Sportsbook Supervisor Andrew Ellingson expects more than $5 million in Super Bowl wagers. That's more than double what it's been like in previous Super Bowls when the Hawks weren't in it. Hawks head into the Super Bowl as 4.5-point favorites over the Patriots. And if you placed your bet on the Hawks to win it all before the season, you're looking pretty smart right now.
Odds were about 30-1 for them to win the NFC, which they just did. So off $10, you'd win $300. Off $100, you'd win $3,000. And it's just going to be doubled for the Super Bowl, where they're about 65 to 1. So $100, you get 6,500 back.
People are betting on much more than just the outcome of the game.
The Super Bowl, we have thousands of bets, no matter how you want to do it, whether you want to bet on the coin toss, whether you want to bet on someone to get a first half touchdown, whether to get the third touchdown.
There's a lot at stake for the big game. One sure bet, the 12s will be cheering on the team until the final whistle.
Go Hawks, and hope to see you down here.
And Muckleshoot Sportsbook plans on extending its hours for Super Bowl Sunday. It will be open from 6 a.m. until midnight. In Auburn, Brady Wakayama, King 5 News.
Hi, my name is Louis DeVito. I am 9 years old and I love football.
And you're going to love this story. A 9-year-old from Massachusetts is heading to the Super Bowl as a kid reporter. Louis DeVito, who you just heard from, won a contest that had close to 200,000 entrants for the coveted gig. Since 2014, Panini America, the exclusive trading company of the NFL, puts a kid reporter at opening night. The company's codes are on their trading cards, and Louis's number came up. Now he and his dad will be in Santa Clara for 9 days to root for the Patriots, but he's so cute we can't hold it against him. Remember, King 5 is your home of the Seahawks. We're going to bring you live team coverage on the Hawks every day leading up to Super Bowl 60. And starting Monday, you can catch Countdown to Kickoff every night at 8 o'clock. Just download the King 5 app on your phone or TV and watch it for completely free. Turning to weather now, here is a live look at Tacoma tonight. The countdown is on to Super Bowl 60. And at least for those fans here in Seattle, how's it looking, Perella?
Well, I mean, for next weekend, it's a little too early to give you an official forecast, but I do think it's going to be warmer than average, both here and at Super Bowl as well. Speaking of a little warmer than average, not a ton of snow, but look at this. We have night skiers out at Snoqualmie Pass out there enjoying probably, I'm guessing, what will be the last run of the night, but still pretty good to see. Even if it is man-made, they're still able to scoot down the hill. I like it. Higher elevation snow is about all we can expect in the coming days, as that snow level is above 5,500 feet, in some cases 6,000 feet. If you are heading to the mountains, though, you'll run into a little bit of rain in the morning tomorrow, and then afternoon you'll likely get a little sunshine. As we take a look at Sunday, we're looking at that hit and miss rain as well. Outside at the moment, the rain showers that we had earlier today, well, they have all but dissipated. A lot of those have moved into parts of the mountains, so we've got some clouds. We still have a few stray showers, but as you can see, a lot of that rain has tapered off. So as we go into tomorrow morning, one little disturbance that's going to move from south to north. It's in, it's out. It comes early in the morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock a.m. for the south sound, and then quickly moves to the north sound by 9, 10 o'clock or so. And then we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies heading into tomorrow afternoon. At least we will be dry for Saturday, most of it, and then here comes some more rain as we go into Sunday and into Monday. But guess what? That's pretty much the last leg of it. High pressure builds back in, and look at that. We'll zoom out so you could see all the way down to San Francisco as we go into next weekend. Maybe a system tries to develop, and maybe it's allowed in. I say maybe because that's still a long time from now when we're talking about trying to time out these systems. Things will probably change between now and then, but that's the way it looks right now as we go into Super Bowl Sunday. Again, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Of course, keep you updated. In the meantime, as we go into, say, tonight, all the way through Monday, we're looking at about another ½ an inch to inch of rainfall. At least across Puget Sound, it'll be more like 1 to 2 inches of rain across the coast. And then it's going to be all about dry and warmer than average. And yes, that will include San Francisco for the Super Bowl. We're looking at the Pacific Northwest being much warmer than average over the next several days. Temperatures tomorrow will have highs near 60 degrees. Just a reminder, that overnight low in the upper 40s, that should be our daytime high. So that just kind of puts it into perspective for you. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, would not be surprised if we don't hit 60 degrees or a little above, which would be 2 or 3 degrees shy of a daily record on that date. So we shall see.
Still ahead, the Mariners lose a starting pitcher. We'll tell you who and when he'll be back. Plus, being up for sale. We'll look at the Paul Allen's family legacy. And head coach Mike McDonald talks about Seattle's dark side next in sports.
Lake Stevens needs you to empower our students and build a brighter future for all kids. Your vote supports better classrooms, programs, and opportunities for every student in our district. Protect what students rely on every day. Vote yes on 1 and 2 on February 10th. Our students need your support. Join the effort to approve the Lake Stevens levy renewals in the February 10th election.
Are you tired of shopping bags tipping over in your car? You need the Auto Anchor. Perfect for commuters, parents, or anyone on the go. The Auto Anchor installs in seconds on the post of the headrest and even works as a phone holder for hands-free viewing in the back seat. Scan the code on your screen to order right now. And with this special TV offer, if you buy one, you will get 3 for free. That's right, a full set for your car. The Auto Anchor is strong and durable and fits most vehicles. Scan the code on your screen and get your Auto Anchor today.
A Seahawks sale may come as soon as the season ends, according to multiple reports. League sources told ESPN that sale discussions have happened for at least the past week. But the Paul G. Allen estate said not so fast, denying anything immediate. General Manager John Schneider has only answered to one owner in his 16 years with the organization, and it's gone well for him. Jody Allen is a hands-on chair and owner, and the team welcomes that. He said he was thrilled to see her raise the 12 flag this past Sunday.
That was amazing. I thought it was awesome. And then to like Matt Hasselbeck was there, Cliff, Michael. It's just cool to see that. Like, I'm a huge football historian, and so to see those guys up there with her, and then know how important it was to Paul and raising the flag and the whole tradition. Yeah, it was amazing.
Paul Allen and his sister Jody have been great stewards of the Seahawks starting back in 1997. Paul bought the team for $197 million from then-owner Ken Behring. The team struck it rich 3 times with top head coaches from Mike Holmgren to Pete Carroll to Mike McDonald, all of whom took their teams to Super Bowls. Carroll did it twice. Allen and some public funds bought the team a new stadium in 2002, hosts the loudest fans in the league. When Paul died 7 years ago, Jody Allen took over the estate, knowing someday she would have to sell the team per Paul's will. Sportico has the Hawks valued at nearly $7 billion. Some experts believe it'll go for a record $7 to $8 billion whenever Jody does sell the Hawks. The Seahawks' dark side defense tied for 7th in the league with 47 total sacks on the season, but they didn't have a single rusher finish with more than 7 apiece. It's a testament to the entire defensive line working as one, almost like a choreographed dance, with each person hitting their marks perfectly.
Well, I think their attitude and their approach every day is a little bit of a microcosm of how our whole team operates. That is a group that has a lot of great players and a lot of leaders on our team, so they are going to be voices throughout the rest of the team, and they are going to be setting the example through a lot of the rest of the guys in the team. And if they operate like that, and they put the actions behind how we say we want to operate, that's powerful for the rest of the team.
The Seahawks have named their captains for Super Bowl 60. Jackson Smith-Njigba will be the guy on offense for the 5th time this season. Devin Witherspoon gets the nod on defense, and Brady Russell for special teams. All 3 were captains for the divisional playoff win against the 49ers. Patriots quarterback Drake May did not participate in practice today. He's still nursing a right shoulder injury, but is now fighting off an illness that kept him away from the practice facility as well. He's officially listed as questionable, but neither he nor his coach feel like it'll impact his play next Sunday.
I think that's why you spend time. That's why you have trainers, and I think it's just been one of those things where it's a long season, and sometimes things show up, and do whatever I can to feel 100%, and I'm sure I'll get. If not there, as close as you can, 99, or I'll do whatever I can to make sure I'm throwing. And like I said, do whatever I can to help the team win.
Win or lose, the Seahawks' future looks bright. With a roster full of young talent, Seattle also goes into the offseason with the 5th highest cap space. The 2026 cap will reportedly be $303 million. Seattle will have over $75 million in cap space. The Titans have the most room at $99 million, followed by the Raiders. The Mariners pitching staff took a hit today, losing Logan Evans for the season. Evans had Tommy John surgery on his right arm last Friday. The estimated recovery time is 12 months. The right-hander made 15 starts for the M's last season. So who's going to get a chance to take Evan's spot this season? Seattle signed a couple of journeymen with Dane Dunning and Cooper Criswell. And the M's also invited a few guys to spring training as non-roster invitees. That includes first-round pick Cade Anderson, former first-rounder Jerangelo St-J, and Ryan Sloan. Or maybe another first-rounder switch hitter could switch back, from the bullpen into a starting role again. That guy would be Emerson Hancock. He made 16 starts for the M's last season. M's top prospect Colt Emerson is heading to spring training. The 20-year-old infielder will probably get a heavy look at third base this spring. A total of 16 players off of MLB Pipeline's top 30 Mariners prospects will be there. Infielder Michael Arroyo could also get a look at the infield position. A week out from the Olympics, American alpine skier Lindsey Vonn crashed while competing in Switzerland. She lost control of the course and slid into safety netting. After receiving medical attention, Vonn was able to ski down on her own, but was noticeably favoring her left knee. She released a statement today confirming that she injured her left knee, but also said, quote, "My Olympic dream is not over, and that if there's one thing I know, it's how to do a comeback." Chris Egan and Jake Wittenberg are on their way to Italy to cover the Olympics. They've hopped on the plane, should be there by tomorrow. Of course, he's bringing his pickleball racket, and in case he gets a spare moment to play, you can also follow both their adventures on social media. Plus, we'll have numerous reports starting Monday at 5 a.m. One of the biggest heaters I've ever seen, Marina Mabrey, dropped 47 points in only 21 minutes, including a stretch of 27 points in only 7 minutes. It's an unrivaled record. It all happened in front of 21,500 fans in Philly as Unrivaled takes its show on the road. That's the largest crowd for a professional women's basketball regular season game in any league. Plus, Mabrey is from New Jersey, a little bit north of Philly, so it's kind of like a hometown game for her.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And back to Chris Egan, though. I mean, a little pasta, a little pickleball, but is he going to have time for all that?
I was going to say, that sounds like a perfect combination, but I can't see that it's going to be in his plans.
All right, well, we're going to have to wait and see, and you stay with us because we're going to have all sorts of sports coverage coming up. But for now, we'll be right back.
We've all been there. A dead battery, a flat tire, and no help in sight. But what if you had the ultimate emergency tool at your fingertips? Introducing the Flash Charge 4-in-1 Jump Starter Power Bank Plus Tire Inflator, your roadside lifesaver. With wireless inflation, emergency ignition, LED lighting, and a mobile power supply. The Flash Charge is compact, powerful, and reliable, designed to handle the unexpected. Order now and never be stranded again.
The state of Washington could soon have an official state shark. The blunt-nosed six-gill shark, also known as the cow shark, is a species commonly found in Washington's coastal and Puget Sound waters, often around Federal Way and Des Moines. Several people who testified in favor of the bill this morning were not even old enough to vote.
Because the six-gill shark lives in Washington waters, I think we should get to keep it like finders keepers. If we don't choose it, another state could, and that would be a missed opportunity. The six-gill shark is ancient, strong, and unique, just like Washington. That's why it should be your state shark. Thank you.
Too cute. This bill has until next Wednesday to pass out of committee. You know a thing or two about these types of sharks, Perella?
Well, I mean, not really. I was just saying I watched a documentary on these recently, and I found it interesting that there's a whole group of people right here at Puget Sound that go and try to tag them and follow them, and there's apparently a lot we still don't know, but we're trying. I just think it's interesting.
And such great experience for her to get to testify for that bill.
Future leader right there.
I think so, too. Yeah. And hey, our weather, I mean, I'm hoping we're leading the way with some good stuff, Perella.
I think so. I mean, those that wanted rainfall, we're receiving some rain, and if you want a little bit of dry time, the weekend is here after all. You should be A-okay heading out if you're going out late tonight or tomorrow afternoon. There'll be a couple quick showers tomorrow morning. The afternoon is dry, and then much of next week, we're getting at least 3-4 dry days in a row.
I'll take it. Yes. All right, well, you stay with us. We've got a lot more news and weather coming up for you. The King 5 app has it all around the clock.
Hey, Blake Anderson here to tell you about this, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Stick around because I'm going to tell you about this amazing free offer just for our TV audience. Or, if you really can't wait, just scan the code on the screen now to check it out. But let me just tell you how great it is to have the Flash Force. It's literally like no flashlight I've ever had. The white high beam LED is bright. Super bright. You can see it from 2,000 meters away. Its built-in lithium battery charges up with USB-C, and it even has a level meter on the side to see how much juice I have left.
I can even use it as a power bank to charge my phone.
The telescopic zoom is so unique and cool. It gives you a range of lighting options to light up an entire area or spotlight on something specific. But here's the best part. Scan the code on the screen right now, and if you buy a Flash Force Tactical Flashlight, you'll get a second one absolutely free. It's only available for a limited time, so scan the code on your screen right now to get your Flash Force Tactical Flashlight today.
It was, high emotions. A lot of people just real distraught about what happened.
2 teenagers are dead after a shooting near South Seattle schools. What we know so far about the investigation. Plus, the federal government is partially shut down after Congress failed to pass another spending bill. How soon the House could vote on the latest. And could the Seahawks be up for sale following the Super Bowl? Multiple reports say yes, while the owners say no. We're breaking it all down for you tonight. We start with breaking news. Police are looking for the person who shot and killed 2 teenagers near a pair of Seattle schools this afternoon. This is King 5 News at 10. I'm Madeline Carter. That shooting happened in broad daylight just before 4 o'clock today. King 5's Jim Nelson has been live at that scene all day long. Jim, what do we know about the victims at this point?
Well, Madeline, Seattle Public Schools says it believes the victims were students, although they didn't say which schools.
To say I'm fired up about this one, guys, that would be the understatement of the century.
Kurt Warner is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class of 2017.
Going into season 4 as captain of your Sens, Brady Tkachuk. Welcome to Locked On Senders.
One of the most famous Chargers of all time.